On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Traumatic.
Relating to or caused by injury, especially emotional injury.
Examples:
Traumatic event. Traumatic brain injury. The experience was so traumatic that it left a lasting impact on the survivor's mental health.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Injury.
Harm done to a person's or an animal's body caused by an accident or an attack.
Examples:
Without injury. A fatal injury. My accidental injury got better right away.
Disrupt.
To prevent or stop something, especially an event, activity, or process, from continuing in the usual way by causing a problem or disturbance.
Examples:
Disrupt a well-ordered condition. Disrupt sleep. I'm so sorry to disrupt you when you're pretty busy.
Function.
The purpose or use of an object, system, or process, a particular activity or operation that is designed to serve a specific purpose, a mathematical concept that describes a relationship between two sets of values, called the input and output sets. Verb, to operate or work in a specific way, or to perform a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Function properly. Immune function. The brain is an incredibly complex organ that controls the body's function.
External.
Belonging to or situated outside of someone or something.
Examples:
External factors. External commerce. When a company discloses information to the market, an external auditor verifies them.
Definition.
A concise explanation of the meaning of a word, phrase, or symbol.
Examples:
A precise definition. The definition of a word. Parallel lines are, by definition, lines on the same plane that never cross.
Athlete.
A person who competes in one or more sports that involve physical strength, speed, or endurance.
Examples:
Become a professional athlete. High school athletes. His dream is to become an Olympic athlete.
Imagery.
The use of words or pictures in books, photographs, paintings, etc., that produces pictures in the minds of people, the ability to form mental images of things or events.
Examples:
Visual imagery. Satellite imagery. This movie is famous for its romantic imagery.
Define.
To state or explain precisely the nature, scope, or meaning of something.
Examples:
Define a word. Define my position. To advance this discussion, we must define success rigorously.
Conscious.
Being aware of and able to respond to what is happening around you.
Examples:
Conscious effort. Conscious of having succeeded. He became conscious that he was being followed.
Retire.
To withdraw from one's position or occupation, especially because of age.
Examples:
Retire voluntarily. Retire after 4 terms. After working for the company for 30 years, she decided to retire from her job.
Concussion.
A violent blow or jolt to the head or body that jars the brain, often resulting in temporary or prolonged unconsciousness, confusion, or memory loss, a shock or upheaval caused by a sudden change or event.
Examples:
Concussion symptoms. Concussion resistance. The football player suffered a concussion after being tackled during the game.
Gratify.
To give pleasure or satisfaction to provide someone with what they want or need, to indulge or satisfy a desire or appetite.
Examples:
Gratify desires. Gratify curiosity. I always try to gratify my boss by achieving the sales target every month.
Awareness.
The fact or state of knowing something exists and is important.
Examples:
Awareness of my ignorance. Raise public awareness. There has been a gradual but steady rise in environmental awareness.
Specifically.
Only associated with or meant for one thing.
Examples:
Designed specifically for men. For specifically American customers. This ad campaign is aimed specifically at young women.
Introduction.
A preliminary explanation or remarks given before the start of a text, performance, or event, the act of bringing something new into existence or introducing something to a wider audience or new market.
Examples:
Introduction education. Self-introduction. The introduction to the new class was informative and engaging.
Controversial.
Causing a lot of hot public discussion and dispute.
Examples:
Controversial book. Controversial policy. The issue of the death penalty is highly controversial.
Headline.
A heading at the top of a newspaper or magazine story or page.
Examples:
Headline article. Banner headline. The engagement of the 2 golf players became headline news.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Inmate.
A person who is confined to an institution, such as a prison, hospital, or mental health facility.
Examples:
Inmate population. Inmate rights. The prison implemented a new educational program for inmates to learn skills and prepare for life after release.
Probation.
A period of time during which an offender is released from imprisonment on the condition that they adhere to particular rules and is supervised by an officer. A time of training and testing the character or abilities of a person who is new to a role or job.
Examples:
Probation period. Juvenile probation official. He was sentenced to 2 years of probation for his crime.
Surprisingly.
In a way that causes amazement or wonder.
Examples:
Surprisingly advanced culture. Have surprisingly little effect. The exam was surprisingly tricky for everyone.
Vulnerable.
Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally.
Examples:
A vulnerable bridge. Vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples:
Collaborate with colleagues. Former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Criminal.
A person who has committed a crime.
Examples:
Wanted criminal. Criminal investigation. The police are searching for the criminal who stole the jewels.
Shocking.
Extremely or surprisingly bad, or causing a strong emotional response such as surprise or disgust.
Examples:
Shocking response. Shocking revelation. The news of the accident was shocking and left many in shock.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Hospitalize.
To admit someone to a hospital for medical treatment.
Examples:
Hospitalized patient. Hospitalized child. She had to be hospitalized due to her injuries.
Assault.
A violent physical attack, the crime of forcing someone to submit to sexual intercourse against their will.
Examples:
Assault aircraft. Victim of sexual assault. We got caught up in an assault case.
Sustained.
Lasting for a long time or continuing for a long time without becoming weaker or less intense.
Examples:
Sustained economic growth. Sustained release medication. The company experienced sustained growth over the past decade.
Jail.
A facility where criminals are kept to be punished for their crimes, a prison.
Examples:
County jail. Be in jail. The police escorted the prisoner to the jail.
Exposed.
Having no protection or shield from something, such as bad weather, attack, or criticism.
Examples:
Exposed to radiation. An exposed rock. Tech companies often employ exposed ducts and other materials in their office interiors.
Interpersonal.
Connected with relationships between people.
Examples:
Communication and interpersonal skills. Interpersonal situations. Interpersonal rejection and acceptance are both psychologically significant events.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Abuse.
The use of something in an incorrect or harmful manner.
Examples:
The problem of drug abuse. Victim of sexual abuse. Our company has an audit team that monitors directors for abuse of authority.
Dementia.
A severe decline in cognitive function, especially memory, as a result of disease or injury.
Examples:
Dementia patients. Probably have dementia. The study found that regular exercise can help to prevent the onset of dementia in older age.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Substance.
The real physical material of which a thing or person consists, the most important or main part of some idea or experience, an illegal drug.
Examples:
An explosive substance. Substance abuse problem. The substance of the argument was well presented.
Trauma.
An emotional wound or shock often has long-lasting effects caused by a highly upsetting or shocking experience.
Examples:
psychic trauma, trauma care. Many civilians have suffered trauma as a result of the war.
Cognitive.
Of or relating to mental processes of understanding.
Examples:
improve cognitive function. Research on cognitive psychology. His cognitive faculties were getting worse because of a lack of sleep.
Impair.
To damage something or make it weaker or worse.
Examples:
impair my health. Impair insulin sensitivity. The accident made his vision impaired.
Judgment.
The ability to form valuable opinions and make reasonable decisions.
Examples:
an emotional judgment. Deliver a judgment. Her judgments are consistently rational and sensible.
Impulse.
A sudden, strong, and unreflective wish or need to do something. The electrical discharge that travels along a nerve fiber.
Examples:
a combative impulse. Profound religious impulses. Nerve impulses cross a synapse through the action of neurotransmitters.
Revolve.
To rotate around a central point.
Examples:
revolve at high speed. Revolve around a central axis. The Earth revolves around the Sun in an elliptical orbit.
Arrest.
To take into custody.
Examples:
arrest the thief. Arrest the progress. A police officer has the authority to arrest a criminal.
Bunk.
A piece of furniture that provides a place to sleep, typically a narrow bed frame supported by a solid structure. Nonsense or untruthful talk, often intended to deceive or mislead, a type of overnight accommodation, particularly in a military or institutional setting.
Examples:
bunch of bunk. Military bunk. The crowded dorm room had bunk beds to accommodate all the students.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Mandatory.
Required by a rule or law, compulsory.
Examples:
a mandatory clause. Mandatory training. Attendance at the meeting is mandatory for all employees.
Rearrest.
To arrest someone again, typically for another crime or violation of the law. after a previous arrest or release from custody.
Examples:
Rearrest an escaped prisoner. Rearrest the repeat offender. The suspect was rearrested after violating the terms of their probation.
Folk.
People in general, especially those of a particular group or type.
Examples:
Folk art. The folk songs of a particular district. Some seaweed was used as folk medicine in ancient times.
Frustrate.
To hinder or prevent efforts, plans, or desires from doing, succeeding, or being fulfilled, to make someone feel upset or annoyed because they are unable to change or achieve something.
Examples:
Frustrate the advancement. Frustrate other team members. The coach explained a strategy to frustrate the opponent's schemes to the players.
Cycle.
An interval during which a recurring sequence of events occurs, a bicycle or motorcycle.
Examples:
The cycle of the seasons. Go to the workplace by cycle. The food chain causes a material cycle.
Jam.
A situation in which something becomes stuck because of a dense crowd of people, vehicles, etc., a preserve of crushed fruit.
Examples:
A traffic jam. A jar of jam. The shredder in the print room often has paper jams.
Craft.
An activity that requires a particular skill in making things with one's hands.
Examples:
Craft arts of Japan. Craft manufacture. His hometown was where he first acquired the craft of wood carving.
Graduate.
A person who has a first degree from university or college. Verb, to complete the first course of university or college and get a degree.
Examples:
Graduate degree program. Honor graduate. Many employers hire graduate trainees to train as managers.
Recommend.
To suggest that someone or something would be a suitable fit for a particular purpose or role.
Examples:
Recommend a hospitalization. Recommend reading. We recommend taking media training every 6 months.
Modification.
The act of changing something, usually to improve it or something changed.
Examples:
A modification of last year's model. Further modification. As a result of this modification, we have revised our safety measures.
Underlying.
Significant as a cause or basis of something but not immediately apparent or stated clearly.
Examples:
An underlying motive. An underlying cause of an accident. The underlying principle of every business was identical.
Neuropsychology.
The branch of psychology that deals with the relationships between brain function and behavior.
Examples:
Neuropsychology research. Neuropsychology field. The study of neuropsychology is essential in understanding the relationship between the brain and behavior.
Identify.
To recognize someone or something and say or prove who or what they are.
Examples:
Identify handwriting. Identify gene sequences. I will introduce you to how to identify the leading causes of the malfunction.
Strength.
The quality or state of being physically, or sometimes mentally, strong.
Examples:
Strength of the economy. Muscular strength. Health and strength are, above all, gold.
Specific.
Clearly defined or particular to a certain thing or situation, distinct, explicit, and precise.
Examples:
Specific instructions. Industry-specific regulations. The scientist conducted a study that provided specific details about the species' behavior.
Recommendation.
An official suggestion that something is good or suitable for a particular purpose or job.
Examples:
Follow his recommendations. A letter of recommendation. We made a recommendation to the client.
Auditory.
Of or relating to hearing or the ability to hear.
Examples:
A good auditory memory. Auditory system. The auditory nerve carries sound signals from the ear to the brain.
Deficit.
The total amount by which money spent is greater than money earned in a particular period of time, the property of being an amount by which something, especially an amount of money, is less than expected or required.
Examples:
Federal budget deficit. An accumulative deficit. Exchange rate fluctuations have increased that country's trade deficit.
Handout.
Giving money, food, or clothing to those who are poor or in need.
Examples:
Plead for handouts. 3-page handout. All those eligible will receive financial handouts.
Pause.
To take a short break from talking or doing something before continuing.
Examples:
Pause a moment. Pause for a reaction. The man paused before opening the door.
Minimize.
To make something, especially something bad, small or less serious.
Examples:
Minimize a loss. Way to minimize conflict. I bought a gadget before my trip to help minimize stress during the flight.
Responsible.
Answerable or accountable for something within one's power, control, or management.
Examples:
Responsible action. Responsible for customer service. She's a responsible pet owner who ensures her dog gets enough exercise and a healthy diet.
Excuse:
A reason or explanation, either true or invented, given to justify a fault or defend your behavior. Verb, to make someone free from blame or clear from guilt.
Examples:
Excuse for inaction. Perfect excuse. He quickly fabricated an excuse for not attending the meeting.
Long-standing:
Having existed for a long time.
Examples:
Long-standing relationship. Long-standing tradition. The long-standing trading built mutual reliance.
Negative:
Having the quality of something bad or harmful, expressing refusal.
Examples:
Have a negative effect. A negative number. The movie has received almost universally negative criticism.
Perception:
A belief, opinion, or image you have based on how you regard, understand, or interpret something, the ability to see, hear, or notice something through the senses.
Examples:
Keen perception. Perception of a stimulus. He is a man admired for the depth of his perception.
Advocacy:
The act of supporting or promoting a particular cause or point of view, often through public campaigning or lobbying.
Examples:
Advocacy group. Consumer advocacy group. The group engages in advocacy through lobbying and campaigning for policy changes.
Scroop:
A person or thing that causes a mistake or error, a disorderly or confused situation resulting from mistakes or errors.
Examples:
Financial screw-up. Career screw-up. His latest screw-up at work may cost him his job.
Problematic:
Full of difficulties, difficult to deal with or solve.
Examples:
A problematic situation. Seems to be highly problematic. Direct democracy is effective in quickly resolving problematic situations within a community.
Outright:
Completely, completely and without reservation, without any attempt at concealment.
Examples:
Impose an outright ban. Outright lie. He made an outright donation of $1,000 to the charity.
Defiance:
Behavior characterized by an open refusal to obey someone or something.
Examples:
Fierce defiance. Adopt an attitude of defiance. He acted in defiance of our decision.
Excerpt.
To take a short piece of speech, book, film, etc. from a longer whole. Noun, a short extract from a speech, book, film, etc.
Examples.
Excerpt a passage from a book. Excerpt comments from the news release. Here are excerpts from several recent books on quantum computing.
Outcome.
The result or effect of an action, event, etc.
Examples.
Improved student outcomes. A desirable outcome. They awaited news of the outcome of the election.
Assess.
To judge or decide the nature or quality of someone or something.
Examples.
Assess a tax of £10. Assess the quality. Our company needs to assess the business impact of climate change.
Rev.
A measure of the rate at which an engine or motor rotates, often expressed in revolutions per minute, RPM, verb, to increase the number of rotations per minute.
Examples.
Low rev engine. Rev up the crowd. He stepped on the gas pedal, and the engine released a loud rev.
Alarm.
A loud noise or an automatic signal that warns people of danger. A device that signals the occurrence of some undesirable event or particular danger.
Examples.
Give the alarm. An alarm clock. The alarm announcing an enemy attack went off this morning.
Smartphone.
A mobile phone that functions as a computer and connects to the internet.
Examples.
Smartphone app developer. Smartphone addict. Internet traffic volumes have increased significantly with the advent of smartphones.
Appointment.
A formal arrangement to meet someone at a particular time and place, especially for a reason connected with their work. The act of putting a person into a job or position of responsibility.
Examples.
Appointment calendar. Take up an appointment. We had to reschedule the dentist's appointment.
Checklist.
A list of items, tasks, or points to be considered or acted upon, used as a reminder and to ensure that all necessary steps have been taken.
Examples.
Checklist for evaluating. Audit checklist. I made a checklist of things to do before my vacation.
Belt.
To sing loudly and forcefully, to hit someone or something hard. Noun, a strip of leather or other material worn to tie or buckle something around the body.
Examples.
Belt him in the face. Leather belt. The band was belting out old songs in response to audience requests.
Striking.
Interesting and distinctive enough to draw notice, exceedingly appealing, frequently in an odd manner.
Examples.
Striking innovation. Striking evidence. The two plays have a number of striking parallels.
Supervision.
The act or process of overseeing or directing the work or performance of others.
Examples:
Under supervision. Supervision by the police. She was put in charge of the project and had full supervision over the team.
Contempt.
The feeling that a person or thing is beneath consideration, worthless, or deserving of scorn.
Examples:
Display contempt. Below contempt. The defendant's contempt for the court and its authority was evident in his behavior.
Schedule.
A list of planned activities, tasks, or things that must be completed showing when they are intended to happen or be done.
Examples:
A heavy schedule. Arrange my schedule. So far, the meeting is going according to schedule.
Recharge.
To restore the energy or power of something by supplying it with more energy or power. To refresh or renew oneself by rest or sleep.
Examples:
Recharge brain and body. Recharge energy. He needed to recharge his phone before the meeting.
Agitated.
Characterized by a state of anxiety, nervous excitement, or restlessness, stirred up or disturbed in a physical or emotional way.
Examples:
Agitated state. Agitated behavior. The agitated dog kept barking at the door, wanting to go outside.
Courtroom.
A room in which a court of law is held.
Examples:
Courtroom drama. Courtroom trial. The eyewitness took the stand in the courtroom and gave testimony crucial to the case.
Judge.
A person who makes decisions in a court of law. Verb, to determine the result of or form a critical opinion of something.
Examples:
Judge a competition. An associate judge. The strict judge ruled in favor of the plaintiff in the case.
Prosecutor.
A lawyer or official who conducts legal proceedings against someone accused of a crime, a person who brings a criminal case to court on behalf of the state or government.
Examples:
A public prosecutor. Deputy prosecutor. The prosecutor's opening statement set the tone for the entire trial.
Defendant.
A person or party who is accused of a crime or who is being sued in a court of law.
Examples:
Defendant in court. The defendant's testimony. The defendant's lawyer argued that his client was not responsible for the crime.
Mad.
Insane, especially due to a mental illness, very angry.
Examples:
A mad person. Gets mad easily. He was mad with joy to see the results.
Best laid.
Describing plans or intentions that fail despite being well prepared or well thought out.
Examples:
Best laid preparations. Best laid intentions. Despite my best laid plans, things didn't go according to plan.
Latter.
Situated nearer to the end of something than the beginning, recent.
Examples:
The latter part of the 20th century. The latter half of life. We plan to schedule the feature update for the latter 10 days of September.
Madden.
To make someone extremely angry or irritated, often to the point of losing control or rationality, to become irrational or frenzied with anger or frustration.
Examples:
Madden with rage. Madden the enemy. The slow internet connection maddened him as he tried to stream his favorite show.
Ultimate.
Furthest or highest in degree or order.
Examples:
The ultimate goal in life. The ultimate luxury. Management must take ultimate responsibility for the accident.
Naval.
Of or relating to ships, sailors, or the Navy.
Examples:
Naval battles. Naval base. The naval officer was responsible for the safety and well-being of the crew on his ship.
Veteran.
A person who has had long experience in a particular area or activity.
Examples:
A 20-year veteran in the industry. Veteran teacher. The veteran soldiers have the role of teaching recruits the stringencies of training.
Correlation.
A statistical relationship between two variables in which one variable is affected by the other. A reciprocal relation between two or more facts, numbers, etc.
Examples:
Ecological correlation. Correlation coefficient. There is a strong correlation between education level and income.
Massive.
Enormous amount, very heavy and solid.
Examples:
Massive amounts. Massive stars. The recent economic downturn has resulted in massive layoffs.
Standing.
Existing or remaining upright, having a vertical position, noun, social, financial, or professional status or reputation.
Examples:
Standing water. His social standing. The standing concert was packed with fans.
Difficulty.
A condition or state that causes problems.
Examples:
The degree of difficulty. Difficulty in breathing. He has difficulty exercising because of a back injury sustained in an accident.
Comply.
To obey an order, set of rules, or request.
Examples:
Comply with a code. Fully comply with all laws. The public schools comply with federal standards.
Therapy.
The act of caring for someone through medication, remedial training, etc.
Examples:
Therapy for a patient. Field of gene therapy. I underwent aversion therapy for my addiction to alcohol.
Requirement.
Something that is needed or wanted.
Examples:
Meet requirement. School requirement. What is the entry requirement for this course?
Vocational.
Of or relating to an occupation or employment, providing or undergoing training in special skills that prepare you for a particular job.
Examples:
Vocational training. Vocational school. The in-house system provided traineeships in vocational rehabilitation.
Rehabilitate.
To restore to good health or physical condition, to help someone return to a normal life, especially after a period of illness, addiction, or imprisonment.
Examples:
Rehabilitate prisoners. Rehabilitate wildlife. The organization works to rehabilitate drug addicts and help them rebuild their lives.
Flexible.
Able to change or be changed to suit new conditions or situations, able to bend easily.
Examples:
Flexible schedules. A flexible wire. You can be more flexible and creative in your approach.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Graduated.
Having received a degree from a school, college, or university, marked with or divided into levels or degrees.
Examples:
Graduated taxation. Graduated flask. She was a graduated student of a prestigious university.
Overwhelming.
Very great or intense, so powerful that you cannot fight or react against it.
Examples:
Overwhelming majority. An overwhelming victory. He has shown signs of uneasiness and overwhelming worry.
Prevalence.
The state or condition of being widespread or common, the extent or frequency of occurrence of a disease or condition in a given population at a specific time.
Examples:
Prevalence rate. High prevalence of a diabetes. The prevalence of allergies has increased in recent years.
Accumulation.
An amount of something obtained via natural growth or addition.
Examples:
Accumulation of wealth. Accumulation effect. Accumulation of fuel discounts is common practice among many retailers.
Highlight.
To make something prominent, mainly so that people give it more attention.
Examples:
Highlight a string in red. Highlight an important difference. The introduction highlighted the speaker's distinguished career as a consultant.
Extraordinary.
Exceptional, unexpected, very unusual, surpassing the ordinary or usual.
Examples:
Extraordinary ability. Extraordinary weather. He narrated the extraordinary story of his adventure.
Resilient.
Able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions.
Examples:
A hard and resilient steel. Resilient population. She is a resilient person and has always bounced back from setbacks.
Transformation.
A complete change in form, nature, or appearance of someone or something.
Examples:
The transformation of a tadpole into a frog. Cast a transformation spell. Understanding unitary transformations of a normal matrix require considerable mathematical sophistication.
Accommodation.
A place to live, work, or stay, particularly for a temporary or short-term period, adjustment or adaptation to meet various needs or circumstances.
Examples:
Temporary accommodation. For your accommodation. The hotel offers comfortable accommodations for both business and leisure travelers.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.